We made it out to Rhode Island, guys, and we are here with the legendary Coach Fleming of the URI Rams. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great. Glad you're out here.
Coach, so talk about today's practice. I felt like the energy was really high. It's my first practice here at URI.
I mean, that's typically the way we come out. I think one of the things that we talk about preparation is you got to bring a couple things to the field every day, and one of them is enthusiasm and energy to be able to practice. You just can't come out and do this game going through the motions. So our kids have good habits there, and they like to play, so it makes it easier to coach them.
And then what are you seeing out of your guys this spring? I mean, obviously you guys made a big push last year in the playoffs. Guys stepping up.
I've seen a good involvement. I think our offense is in really good shape. We've been able to make some schematic changes over the course of the winter, developing the intermediate passing game. The quarterback's playing at a high level, got some good guys to get the ball to, and the running game is continuing to show up with some big punches. And we got plenty of guys there to do the job. Defensively, we've got to replace a lot of big hitters. Wes Neal, A.J. Pena, Dev Hightower, a couple of guys that really made a lot of plays for us last year, a number that I left out. But so we got guys stepping up, and every day there's a chance for them to improve, and that's what we've been seeing.
And then, I mean, both your quarterbacks had good series in the 7-on-7s, Coach. What's it like having two quarterbacks that, are being productive against that type of defense?
It's critically important. This game's a rough game. Those quarterbacks are sitting targets sometimes, so you got to protect them. Dev's doing a great job, but I've been really impressed with Connor. Connor has taken the reins, is a very solid backup right now, and I think he could go in and play and help us produce if, in fact, his number's called.
And then I had to point out the defense, Coach, because one, the energy was high, but two, it seems like they won the team periods. What's the mentality of the defense, and who are some of your standouts there?
Well, I think the mentality is led by their coordinator, Chris Laurenti. He comes with a great deal of passion about the game. They all demand a very high level of performance on a day-to-day. Standouts, I think they were more of a no-name right now. I think that we're still waiting to see who's going to step up and be those significant playmakers. And so steady players to mention, Allende Johnson, who plays our boundary corner, he's been doing a really nice job. Seen a lot of young kids come along. Moses Muse is coming along as an inside back, or Rohan Davey, feel good about them. And, see some of these D-line. Case Mankins is a guy we can hang our hat on, and there's a number of other guys just working for reps. So I feel good about it, and we've still got ways to go, but we've got a good foundation.
And then, Coach, URI over the past few years have taken big steps to the national level. And, I remember the times where things were a lot different here. Yeah. You're able to attract national recruits.
The progression has been taking some time. Came here in 2014, and the story's been retold over and over again. The place was not in very good shape when we took it over. We've had incredible facility improvements, which has helped, generate, helped our winning seasons. And then I think that the biggest thing we take away from last year's performance was the pride that the university and the state took in how we were able to go out and be successful on the football field. And I think that there's a realization that good game day on Saturday at Meade Stadium is a huge part of the URI experience, and we want to make sure we're doing our part to make sure we represent the school and the state in the right way.
And then, Coach, obviously I saw you're very involved at practice, Coach. Yeah, if you just want to talk about, your coaching style, because, again, I appreciated it. Some people do a lot of things, but you were very involved.
Well, you said as a head coach, sometimes you feel like you're not involved whatsoever. Sometimes you want to get out there and get in the trenches and work with the individual fundamentals and techniques. It's my favorite spot. Practice field, watching these kids prepare is the great thing. I take it every day you have a chance to be out here. I feel very fortunate.
And last question, Coach, is there anything this summer that some of these recruits can come see you guys, like any camps that y'all will be having to where you can get some future Rhode Island Rams?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking about that. We have 3 June nights for camp in June. So we go, I think it's the first Thursday night, and then the third and fourth Thursday nights. We go from about 4 to 7:30, 8 o'clock. We get a really good look at the prospects that come on campus. I think they get a good feel for how our coaches will coach them, send them, a good opportunity for us to evaluate them and them to evaluate us. And we've been very successful. Kids who have come to camp have walked out with offers. So anybody that's listening to this, get on there, get on the website, register for camp. Let's get on out here and give us a chance to take a peek at it.
Link will be below. Thank you, Coach.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.